Module 1. Cultural Diversity and Socializing. Unit 1, Part 1, Exercise 4. Listen to Peter Welsh talking about preparing to meet people from other cultures. Note 6 points he makes.
So, if you're going on a business trip or meeting someone from another country, perhaps a different culture, what do you need to think about?
Well, it's not so obvious. I always try to know something about the actual political and economic situation in the other country, the politics, the economics. I should always know something about that, about what's happening. Also, if I'm going abroad, I find out a little about the infrastructure, the telecommunications, the transport, that sort of thing.
And do you find out about the general background, basic information about the country?
The culture, yes, certainly. The religion, the language. I might learn a few polite phrases, the geography, maybe a little history, and how people live, what kind of culture it is, how people socialise, food, drink, all that's very important.
What about family life?
Yes, that too. How families live, if private life and business ever mix, and also business customs and conventions. I don't want to be surprised by anything.
Unit 1, Part 2, Exercises 1 and 2. Klaus Erwald has arrived in Sweden for a meeting with Lars Elstrom and Louise Scott. Listen to their conversation.
Hello, my name's Klaus Erwald. I have an appointment...
Oh, hello, Klaus. I'm Louise Scott. We've spoken on the phone a couple of times. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to be here.
Oh, let me take your coat.
Thanks.
Oh, here's Lars. Lars, this is Klaus. He's just arrived.
Hello, Klaus. Pleased to meet you. And welcome to EFCO.
Thanks.
Is this your first visit to Sweden?
No, I've been to Stockholm 2 or 3 times, but it's my first visit to Malmö.
Klaus, let me get you a drink.
Yes, I'd like a tea if possible, thanks.
Sure. With milk or lemon?
With lemon, please. And sugar.
Right.
Did you have a good trip?
Absolutely no problems.
That's good. You did fly, didn't you, to Gothenburg?
Yes, that's right. Then I drove down here.
Oh, that's good. Malmö can be a little wet at this time of the year. You'll have to come back in the summer.
Oh, I'd like that. I always like coming to Sweden. And, a problem. I need some fish. Can you advise me? I always take back some fish, some salmon.
Oh, yes, gravlax.
And pickled herring, too, in tomato sauce, and the other one with onions and dill and pepper. Can you suggest a good place to get some?
Gravlax. It's always wonderful. The airport might be the best place. And the herring, too.
Okay, I'll have to get to the airport early. If I'm late, I might miss the plane. I can't go home without the fish.
No, certainly not. Well, we'll get you some for lunch anyway.
Okay, here's some tea.
Oh, you're very kind.
So, apart from fish, can I explain the program? I think we sent you an outline for the day. If you agree, we could start with the video, which explains some of our services, and then we could have a look at a few reports on campaign.
Unit 1, Part 2, Exercise 3. Peter Marwood is in Sydney on business. Listen to his conversation with Stephanie Field and note what he does and doesn't need.
Yes, that's all right. I'm a little early and I can wait a few minutes.
Well, can I get you a drink of something? A tea or a coffee, perhaps?
No, I'm fine, thanks. But there is one thing. I'd like to send a fax. It's rather urgent.
Yes, of course. Shall I show you to the machine, or shall I take it?
Oh, yes, that would be better. And there's the number.
Fine. Would you like a newspaper to read, or The Economist?
No, it's okay. I can prepare some work while I'm waiting.
Right. I'll get this off for you.
Thanks. Oh, one other thing. I need to send some flowers to my ex-wife. Today's the 5th anniversary of our divorce. She didn't like all the travelling I did. I think some flowers from Australia would be rather appropriate, don't you?
Perhaps. Right. I'll get you a number for Interflora or something like that. Maybe you have a special message you'd like to send with the flowers?
Yes, I'll think of one.
And this evening. Will you need a cab to your hotel?
No, it's only 5 minutes. I'll walk.
Unit 1, Practice 1. Listen to a model conversation based on the flowchart in your book.
Hello, my name's Henrik van der Linden from Amto. I have an appointment with Sandra Bates.
Oh, yes, Mr. van der Linden. Welcome to Datalink. Miss Bates will be along in a few minutes. She's just finishing a meeting. Can I get you something to drink?
No, thanks, I'm fine. But I wonder if I could use a phone.
Yes, of course. And anything else, if you need to send a fax or anything?
No, it's okay, just the phone.
Right, well, you can use this one.
Thanks. Hello? Merci. Au revoir. Thank you very much.
Not at all. If there's anything else you need, please ask. Anything.
Yes, I was wondering how far it is to the station.
It's about 2 miles, 10 minutes by taxi. Shall I book one?
Yes, thank you. That would be good. Can we say 4 o'clock?
Right, I'll do that. Oh, I think Miss Bates is free now. Shall I take you to her office?
With pleasure. Thanks.
Unit 1, Part 3, Exercise 1. Listen to the first version of the conversation between Rude Hemper and the production manager. Discuss what is wrong with it, then listen to the second version. First version.
Is this your first visit here?
No, in fact, the first time I came was for a trade fair. We began our Southeast Asian operations here at the 1995 exhibition.
Shall we have a look around the plant before lunch?
Second version.
Is this your first visit here?
No, in fact, the first time I came was for a trade fair. We began our Southeast Asian operations here at the 1995 exhibition.
Ah, yes, I remember the exhibition well. So, it was very successful for you, was it?
Well, we made a lot of useful contacts, not least yourselves.
Of course. Now, shall we have a look around the plant before lunch?
Unit 1, Part 3, Exercise 3. Listen to 4 extracts and match them to the photographs in your book. Extract 1.
So how are things going generally now, after the recent political changes?
Much better. I think generally people are more optimistic and the government should be all right now. There's a lot of popular support for government policies.
Extract 2.
I like the thought of sport. It's actually doing it I can't seem to manage. I know I should, keep fit, eat less, go to a gym, use the hotel swimming pool. But somehow I'd rather sit here at the bar and have a chat with whoever comes down. I spend all day working.
Extract 3.
So, how do you usually spend your vacations? Do you stay at home or go abroad?
Oh, generally we travel. We were in the States last year. We went to California and to Arizona. We visited a few national parks, and then we went...
Extract 4.
Well, of course I like working. True, I travel a lot. That's not always so good because it's difficult for the family. I've got children. They're 4 and 6. My husband, he stays home and looks after them.
Unit 2, Part 2, Exercises 1 and 2. Listen to these examples of a business associate being invited to a social event. How do they respond, and what do you think will happen next? Example 1.
Well, I was wondering if we could fix something up for you when you come. Would you be free on Monday evening? If you like, we could do something together.
That would be very nice. What do you have in mind?
Well, we could go to see a concert or a play, go to a show of some kind.
I think the theatre would be interesting. I'd like that.
Oh, that's good. We'll do that then. I'll find out exactly what's on. Then I'll call you.
Example 2.
And then this evening we've planned a little gathering here, an informal chat, if you'd like to join us. You'd meet some other colleagues, then we plan to go on to have a meal together, a well-known restaurant. I don't know if you have any other plans this evening?
No, not at all. No plans. Well, that sounds a good combination. Talking and eating.
And possibly drinking too.
Well, in that case, thank you. It would be very nice.
So if you like, we'll meet here again at about 7. Take it from there.
Yes, that's perfect.
Unit 2, Part 2, Exercise 3. Listen to 3 short extracts. Make notes on what is suggested, why it is rejected, and whether the rejection is polite or not. Extract 1.
There's a very nice opera on at the City Hall tomorrow. If you like, I could book you a ticket. Mozart's Don Giovanni.
No, I don't like listening to opera.
Oh, is there anything else you'd like me to fix up for you? A meal in a restaurant?
No, it's okay. It's not necessary.
Extract 2.
We're planning a small party on Saturday, a dinner party. We'd like to invite you in the evening. I don't know if you can join us.
That would be very nice. I'd like that. But unfortunately, I have to return to Zurich the same evening. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, dear. That's a shame. Well, let's hope you can stay longer the next time you come.
Yes, it's a pity, but this time it's impossible.
Extract 3.
So, Victor, would you like to join us this evening for a game of tennis?
Tennis? I've got a wooden leg. It's 10 years since I've played tennis. I think a walk to a restaurant would be enough for me.
You never know. Tennis could be just what you need.
It would kill me.
Unit 2, Part 2, Exercise 4. Listen to the following model dialogues based on the prompts in the exercise. In each case, you will hear an invitation, and then people accepting or rejecting it. Extract 1.
Shall we do something together tomorrow night, if you're free? We'd like to invite you to a show, or take you around the town a little, or have a meal or something.
That sounds a good idea. I think I'd like to have a look around the town.
That would be nice, but unfortunately I've already made plans for tomorrow night. I plan to visit a friend I haven't seen for some time.
Extract 2.
We've arranged a meal in a restaurant this evening. Most of us will be there. Would you like to join us?
I'd like that very much, thank you.
Thank you, but I'll have to say no this time. I have to leave very early tomorrow. I think I'd like an early night.
Extract 3.
If you like, we can fix up some entertainment for you. What sort of thing would you like to do while you're here?
I don't know. What do you recommend? I'd like anything at all, though I'd prefer not to be too late.
That's very kind, but I'm going to be very busy. I'm not sure I'll have time. Perhaps we can leave any plans until later.
Unit 2, Practice, Exercise 1. Listen to a model dialogue based on the flowchart in your books.
Have you tried the local cuisine?
No, not yet, but I've heard it's very good.
Yes, in particular you should try ceviche. Raw fish marinated in lemon juice.
Sounds interesting. I've heard there are a lot of good local dishes.
Yes, and we have some very good restaurants. Would you like to visit one? We can try some of these specialities.
Oh, yes, of course. I'd like that very much.
Right, so do you like fish?
Oh, yes, I do very much. I've heard that the fish is very special in Lima.
That's true, so we'll go to one of the best fish restaurants we've got. Shall I meet you at your hotel this evening?
That'd be good. Fine. Thank you. What time?
Shall we say 8:30?
Perfect. Okay, we'll meet again tonight then.
Yeah, 8:30 at your hotel. See you there.
Thanks very much. See you later. I'll get back to the hotel now. I'll get a taxi.
Okay, sure. Bye for now.
Unit 2, Part 3, Exercise 3. Listen to two women in a New York restaurant.
Let's order. Can I have a menu, please?
The menu, thank you.
Well, it all looks terrific. Shall we have a starter? The hors d'oeuvres?
Sure. In fact, I'm quite hungry. Oh, I see they have venison on the menu.
Oh, yeah, the venison's real good.
Actually, I don't eat a lot of red meat. More of a fish eater.
We'd recommend the fish.
Great. Well, I'll go for 6 oysters to start.
I think I'll have the snails. Then why don't we share a mixed seafood grill for 2 as the main course?
That would be great. Let's have that.
And wine?
Well, I prefer white wine, a dry one. Red gives me a headache.
Would you care to order drinks now?
Sure. In fact, we're ready. To drink, we'll try a bottle of Chabolet and water. A sparkling mineral water, please.
Okay, we'll take the food order in just a moment.
So, how does it feel to be back here? Must be a while. A year or 2 at least. This looks wonderful. How are the oysters?
Just fine. What about the snails?
Okay, a little salty.
It's very busy here.
It usually is on Thursdays and at weekends. We get some tourists in the summer, of course. Not so many, but some passing through. Ah, here comes the fish grill.
It looks fantastic. What a lot.
It's very colorful.
Everything okay with your meal?
Oh, it's
Right.
great. That was really great.
The bill, please.
Here it is. Thank you kindly.
Can I pay this?
No, certainly not. This one's mine.
Well, okay, thank you. I'll pay next time. Or when you come to Florida. You must come soon.
I'd really like that. So, what'll we do now?
Well, I'll get a cab back to the hotel.
No, you don't need to do that. I'll drive you if you want.
Oh, that's great. Thanks again.
Module 2. Telephoning. Unit 3, Part 1, Exercise 2. Listen to Claire Macy talking about preparing for telephone calls. Tick the suggestions she makes.
Well, if I'm making a call, prediction is one thing. I have to try to guess what the other person might say or ask. I think a lot of it is subconscious, really. It's a subconscious preparation. But there are more conscious things, too, like getting together any information I need, having the right file nearby, my diary, notepaper, a pen, and also I might need some particular stuff on the computer screen. All that, what you call desk preparation, is important. Then in addition, there are specific things like checking recent correspondence, knowing exactly what's going on, knowing what we ought to be doing, so understanding the situation or the relationship. Then finally, I would say that part of the preparation needs to be, if you're making the call, you have to think about your objectives, what you want from the call, what you may need to ask or need to say. All that should be clear in your mind. So in conclusion, I'd stress that it's terrible if you're not prepared. It sounds unprofessional and it wastes a lot of time, too.
Unit 3, Part 2, Exercise 1. Look at the illustration as you listen to the recording. What is wrong here, and how could it be avoided?
Mr. Who? Oh, yes, about the, what was it? Oh, yes, the contract. You want to know what I think? Did you write to me last week? It was you, wasn't it? Or was it that other company in Geneva?
Unit 3, Part 2, Exercise 2. Listen to another extract from Claire Mace's talk. Tick what she recommends.
Well, another type of preparation, you can prepare for incoming calls. Of course, you don't always know when someone's going to call, of course not, but you can have some idea just by knowing what work is going on. So I think, if I know someone's going to call me, then of course it makes sense to think about what they'll be talking about and try to anticipate what they might ask or say. In other words, to predict what might come up. That way I can maybe see if there's anything in particular I need to find out or check before they call, or think about what I need to ask them. So if someone calls me and I'm not really ready to talk to them, I often say, I'll call back, and I'll ring them when I am ready.
Unit 3, Part 3, Exercise 1, Calls A and B. Listen to the recording and complete the information on the message pads. Call A.
Hello, Media Publishing. Good morning.
Oh, hello. My name's Gerda Hönes from Frankfurt. I'd like to speak to Mr. Stefan Pavlov, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Pavlov is not here at the moment. Could I have your name again, please?
Yes, Gerda Hönes. That's Gerda, Gerda, and Hönes spelled Hoeness.
Yes, Miss Hönes from Frankfurt.
That's right. Could you ask him to call me when he's got a moment?
Yes, I'll ask him to do that. Does he have your number?
Yes, I think so. But in any case, it's 4969 754522.
I'll repeat that. 4969 754522.
Correct.
Okay, thanks for calling. Mr. Pavlov will call you later today.
Oh, that's very good. Many thanks.
Call B.
Hello, Harrison Company. How can I help you?
Hi, Michael Horgan here from Bayless in Miami. Is Mary Jean-George there?
I beg your pardon? Who would you like to speak to?
Mary Jean-George, is she there?
Who's calling, please?
Michael Horgan.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Jean-Georges has already left the office today. Shall I ask her to call you tomorrow?
No, it's okay. I'll send her a fax.
Oh, okay. That'll be fine. Do you have her number?
Yeah, no problem. I'll fax her. Bye for now.
Bye.
Unit 3, Part 3, Exercise 1, Calls C and D. Listen to the recording and complete the information on the message pads. Call C.
Hello, my name's Thomasina Harks. Thank you for calling Altona. How may I help you?
Hello, my name's John Curley. That's C-U-R-L-Y, John Curley. I'd like to talk to Fred Roper, if I may.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but Fred's on another line just now. Can I take a message, or perhaps I can help you?
Yes, please. Could you tell him that I called and that the fax he sent me was illegible? So could he take a copy of the original and send it by regular mail?
Sure. Does he have your address?
No, I'd better give it to you. It's Auto Matrix, 270 James Road, Stretford Road East, Manchester, MU16, 19Y, England.
Let me check that. John Curley, Auto Matrix, 217 James...
No, 270 James Road.
Right, okay. 270 James Road. Then did you say Stratford Road?
No, Stretford. S-T-R-E-T-F-O-R-D Road East, Manchester.
MU1619Y.
Correct.
Okay, may I have your phone number too?
Yes, it's 0161 399 5576.
Right, thanks. I'll get the message to him and he'll do that today.
Call D.
Hello?
Computer services?
Yes?
It's Paul Maley here from Product Support. I have a problem with the email on my machine. I've been trying to send a document file to Italy, and I keep getting the message back that it's been returned. Returned mail. I don't understand why. The colleague in Italy asked me about FTP, File Transfer Protocol. I don't know if we have that. I was trying to send my document as an attachment, but it hasn't worked. Hello?
Yeah? What? Italy, you said?
Yes. What about this FTP? Why do you think it isn't working?
Just a minute. I've got to talk to someone here. Wait a minute. I'll get Alex to call you back sometime this afternoon. What's your number?
What? It's 6681. Listen, this is urgent. I need to get this...
Unit 3, Part 4, Exercise 1. Listen to a woman phoning an insurance company. Say why she calls, and notice how the receptionist asks for repetition.
Good morning, Michigan Insurance. How can I help you?
Hello, my name is Kit Mei Leung. I recently wrote to you about an interview date, but I haven't had any reply.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your name, please?
Yes, Leung. Kit Mei Leung.
Can you spell that, please?
L-E-U-N-G Leung. And Kit Mei is K-I-T-M-E.
I see. And who did you write to?
To Mr. Mel in Human Resources.
I beg your pardon? I didn't catch that.
To Alan P. Mel or Mo, Human Resources Department.
Oh, yes. Did you suggest an interview date?
Originally, I had a date for May 12, but I had to ask you to change it. I wrote requesting any day between May 14 and 17.
So, you could not come on May 12th. You asked for May 14th or 17th.
Not exactly. I asked for any day between May 14 and 17.
Right, I've got that now. Could you hold on, please?
Unit 3, Part 4, Exercise 3. Look at the illustrations in your book as you listen to these extracts. Why would people ask for repetition in each of these cases? Call 1.
Who shall I say is calling, please?
Theodore Philaxios from Boston, Massachusetts.
Call 2.
So the dimensions have to be 225 by 45 by 3.5, and for the other one, 125 by 50 by 5.5. And we need 240 of the first and 108 of the others. Did you get that?
Call 3.
They're registered shares with restricted transferability.
Unit 3, Part 5, Exercises 1 and 2. Listen to Walter Barry from London phoning a French manufacturer.
Bonjour, ici la TGC.
Good morning. Walter Barry here, calling from London. Could I speak to Monsieur Legrand, please?
Who's calling, please?
I'm sorry. Walter Barry from London?
What is it about, please?
Well, I understand that your company has a chemical processing plant. My own company, LCP, Liquid Control Products, is a leader in safety from leaks in the field of chemical processing. I would like to speak to Mr. Legrand to discuss ways in which we could help TGC protect itself from such problems and save money at the same time.
Yes, I see. Well, Monsieur Legrand is not available just now.
Can you tell me when I could reach him?
He's very busy for the next few days. Then he'll be away in New York, so it is difficult to give you a time.
Could you ask him to ring me?
I don't think I could do that. He's very busy just now.
Could I speak to someone else, perhaps?
Who in particular?
A colleague, for example?
You are speaking to his personal assistant. I can deal with calls for Monsieur Legrand.
Yes. Well, yes. Could I ring him tomorrow?
No. I'm sorry, he won't be free tomorrow. Listen, let me suggest something. You send us details of your products and services, together with references from other companies, and then we'll contact you.
Yes, that's very kind. I have your address.
Very good, Mr.
Barry. Walter Barry from LCP in London.
All right, Mr. Barry. We look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Unit 3, Part 5, Exercise 3. Listen to the sales manager of a Dutch company phoning a British car components company.
Good morning, Dixon Auto Limited.
Hello, could I have the workshop, please?
One moment, please, I'll put you through.
Hello? Hello, I'm ringing about precision measuring equipment. My company produces precision measuring instruments, and I wonder if you have any problems with precision measuring of any kind. For example, could you tell me what equipment you presently use?
Well, certainly. We do use that kind of equipment. We've got a Hanley PT200. We've had it for a number of years now.
Unit 3, Practice. Listen to the model dialogue based on the flowchart in your book.
Good morning, Gorlitz and Zimmerman.
Hello, my name's Lara Camden from Bulmer Cables Limited. Please could I speak to Mr. Conrad Bird?
I'm sorry, but Mr. Bird's not in at the moment.
I see. When do you think I could contact him?
Well, at the moment he's away. Would you like to leave a message?
Yes. Perhaps you would ask Mr. Bird to call me. My name's Camden, Lara Camden, on 0181 299 462.
Right, that's Lara Camden on 0181 299 462. Okay?
Yes, Camden, C-A-M-D-E-N.
Oh, yes, sorry. I've got that now.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing from Mr. Bird.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for calling. Bye for now.
Unit 4, Part 1, Exercise 1. Listen to the 3 extracts and match them to the illustrations in your book. What are the communications problems here? Conversation 1.
Hello, Michael Pickles here, calling from the UK. Could I speak to someone in exports, please?
何ですか?
I beg your pardon? Could you speak English, please?
なんて言ったんですか?
Hello, is there anyone there who speaks English?
忙しいから後にしてくだ
Oh
さい。
dear, I'll call again later.
Conversation 2.
Yes, I think we have a little difficulty here. I think we're barking up the wrong tree.
I beg your pardon?
I said we're barking up the wrong tree.
Sorry, I don't understand.
We're wasting our time going for that market.
Okay, I think I understand. The wrong tree?
Yes, the wrong market.
Conversation 3.
Delco.
Hello.
Mary van der Linden here. I'm calling about my computer, a Delco 486. I left it to be repaired last week, and you couldn't tell me when it would be ready. We weren't sure what the problem was, and I was to phone to find out. Is it ready? Can you tell me anything about it? Hello? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. What did you say your name was?
Unit 4, Part 2, Exercise 1. Listen to Bob and Lara making an arrangement to meet. Write details of their appointment in the diary in your book.
Bob, Lara here. Listen, Bob, I really think we should meet to work out what to do about replacing Leon. We have to find someone.
Okay, when? When do you mean?
Well, now, if you like.
No. I can't right now. I have a meeting with Revesi, a difficult one. Might take all day. Tomorrow. It'll have to be tomorrow. Or late today.
No, tomorrow's okay. You'll come here?
Yeah, I'll come to you, say, 9 o'clock?
Right, okay. We'll meet in the morning at 9.
Okay, bye then.
See you.
Unit 4, Part 2, Exercise 2. Vladimir Kramnik is phoning from Moscow to arrange a meeting in London. Write down details of the arrangements in the diary in your book.
Good morning, Swallow Exports. How can I help you?
Hello, Vladimir Kramnik calling from Moscow. I wrote to Ms. Hanam last week and she sent me a fax suggesting I call to make an appointment for me to visit her in London. We need to discuss the renewal of a distribution contract.
Oh, yes. I'll put you through to Miss Hannam's secretary. Hold the line, please.
Hello, Mr. Kramnik. Thanks for calling. Now, when would suit you?
Well, in fact, I can come almost any time next month, and probably towards the end of a week would suit me best.
I see. Well, how about the week beginning June 24th? Miss Hannam is away during the middle of the month, so either the end of June or the first week of July would be best.
Well, could we make it earlier then? I mean, early in June. How about the week beginning the 3rd?
Let me see. Could we say Thursday the 6th?
Yes, that's all right. What time shall I come?
Well, would you plan to arrive in London that day, or come the night before and stay in a hotel?
I think it would be better to arrive the night before and meet early in the day. Then I think I'd plan to leave the same day.
Well, I'm sure Miss Hannam would like to meet you for dinner on the Wednesday evening, so...
That would be very nice.
Well, shall I send you a fax confirming this? Then you can fax me with your flight details. Oh, and I'll fix you a hotel in the centre of London and send you details of that too.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind.
Not at all. Is that everything?
Yes, I think so. I look forward to your fax. You have my number?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for calling, Mr. Kramnik. We look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Kramnik.
Unit 4, Part 3, Exercises 1 and 3. Listen to John and Paula arranging a meeting.
Hello, John here, Paula. Listen, I'm sorry, Paula. We're supposed to meet at 4 o'clock today about the trip to Riyadh next month. I'm sorry. I really can't make it. Something's happened and I've got to go home early. Can we meet some other time, perhaps?
Just a minute, I'll look at my appointments. Yes, well, now, Wednesday. I have a meeting in the morning. We won't need too long, will we? It's only to fix a few general ideas. Can we meet over lunch? You know, have a working lunch?
Yes, I guess that'd be fine. I'll come up to you at about 12:30 then.
Fine, okay. Oh, wait a minute. There is something. Oh, I've got to go out tomorrow lunch. Can we make it Thursday?
Thursday. Yes, okay. 12:30. See you Thursday then.
Right, see you later.
Okay, thanks.
Unit 4, Part 4, Exercises 1 and 2. Listen to Catherine Welsh talking about using the telephone.
Well, on the phone, you need to check everything, or a lot of things, to avoid misunderstandings. You should repeat details, specifications, times, spellings, dates, all that sort of thing, prices even. And if you make agreements, you should confirm them. I think it's best to end calls with some sort of check or confirmation. You might even ask for a fax confirmation.
Yes, that's quite common. What else would you include in the end of a phone call?
Well, there's checking that there's nothing left to say. How many times does it happen that you put the phone down and then say, "Oh, I forgot to say such and such," or "I meant to ask about something else"? You have to phone back. It's such a waste of time. You can usually avoid that if one of you says something like, "Is that all?" or anything else.
Okay, and do you think the business phone call is strictly about business?
Well, in a sense, yes. Small talk can be very important, and it is all business. There's usually a bit of small talk in phone calls, even if it's just a comment on the weather, or how someone is, or your last trip away. It's easy to underestimate the importance of small talk. You have to learn to feel confident with it.
Why do you think small talk is so important?
Well, it helps to build and maintain relationships. There are dangers, though. It should be kept brief.
And how do you get off the phone when the other side is talking about the weather for ages and you don't want to be rude?
Oh, yes, that can be difficult. I think it's best to interrupt politely. Say you have to go somewhere. You can say, yes, we'll have to talk again soon. I really had better go now. I've a meeting in 5 minutes. Or something like that. If it's a customer, you can offer to call back later if there's anything else to discuss.
Unit 4, Part 4, Exercise 3. You will hear 2 versions of Hans Rossler ending a call to an agent in Morocco. What is wrong with the first ending? Ending 1.
Right then, Hassam, that's good. We'll talk about the possible new price structure when you come. See you in Munich. You have all the information you need. Goodbye.
Ending 2.
Right then, Hassam, that's good. We'll talk about the possible new price structure when you come. See you in Munich. You have all the information you need, I think. Anything else you need to know? Yes, when you get to Munich, you get the S-Bahn to the Hauptbahnhof. It's easy. The hotel's right next to the station. Okay, look forward to seeing you in Munich. Bye.
Unit 4, Part 4, Exercise 4. Listen to Celia and Gert talking on the phone. What is Celia's problem?
Yes, but don't you know what happened? It was snowing. Can you believe it? It was actually snowing, and there was I at 8 o'clock at night outside the office trying to load the van.
Yes, I'm sure. I have a meeting in a little while.
So everything was getting wet, I was freezing, and then guess who arrived? Just when I was about finished.
Yes, Gerd. I'll ring you another time, perhaps this week, or you call me if there's any problems, okay?
You've got to go?
Yes, really. I'll call you tomorrow.
I hope you have a good meeting.
Unit 4, Practice 1. Listen to the dialogue based on the flowchart in your book.
Intership, good morning.
Hello, my name's Alex Hall from Computech Arcos in Singapore.
Sorry, did you say Alex Hall from Computech Arcos?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, how can I help you, Mr. Hall?
Well, I'd like an appointment with Mr. Dionis.
Can you tell me what it's about?
Certainly. I'd like to discuss the transporting of goods from Singapore to Athens.
I see. When would be a good time for you to come here?
May I suggest next week?
I'm sorry, next week's not possible. Mr. Dionis is away next week. How about the beginning of next month?
Well, yes, that would be okay. Could we say Monday, 3rd of May?
Unfortunately, Mr. Dionis is busy all day on that Monday. He could make it Tuesday 4th.
Oh, that's fine. Shall we say 10 a.m.?
Yes, that's a good time for us. Can I ask you to confirm by fax? And would you like us to book you a hotel?
I'll fax. And thank you, but no, the hotel booking isn't necessary. I think that's everything for now.
Right. Many thanks. We look forward to your fax to confirm the meeting. Goodbye, Mr. Roll.
Bye for now.
Unit 5, Part 2, Exercise 1. Listen to Lee Summerfield talking to a supplier. What is the problem and what solution is suggested?
Hello, Mr. Summerfield. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
What can I do for you?
Well, unfortunately, there's a problem with the order we received from you yesterday. It seems we've not received the right quantity of manuals to support the HT telephone system. We sent the supplies to our agents, but several of them have telephoned to say there are no manuals enclosed.
Oh dear, that's bad news. I am very sorry to hear that. And you don't know how many packs are without manuals?
No, because we haven't opened every pack. But in several of those that have been opened, there are none. No manuals.
So, some of them have them. But I'm very sorry about this inconvenience to you, Mr. Summerfield. Listen, can I suggest the quickest solution if it's okay with you? Of course, if you prefer a different solution, we can do that too. But let me suggest something.
Right. What do you suggest we do?
Well, if you send us the address of all the agents you have distributed the phones to, we'll send out the manuals this afternoon by fast air, entirely at our own cost, and the manuals should arrive tomorrow or the next day at the latest.
All of them?
Yes. It may be that some have them already, but we cannot be sure who. So the best thing is to send out a manual for every pack.
Yes, I see. That would be the best thing. Right, Mr. Yoshinaga, I'll do that. I'll fax you the list of all the agents we've sent the packs to, and I'll leave it to you to resolve the problem of the manuals.
Okay, thank you. And please accept our apologies for this delay, this mix-up. I assure you we'll do everything possible to find out why the mistake happened.
Right. Well, thanks for your swift action.
Not at all. Thank you and goodbye for now. Do call if there is anything else.
Right. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Yoshinaga.
Goodbye.
Unit 5, Part 3, Exercise 1. Listen to Peter Carr speaking to a client from Riyadh. How well does he handle the situation?
Good morning, this is CCI. How can I help you?
Hello, my name's Hamid Nadimi from Ahmed Al Hamid and Company in Riyadh. I'd like to speak to Peter Carr, please.
Could you hold for one moment, Mr. Nadimi? Mr. Carr's on another line. Or shall I ask him to call you back?
I'll hold.
Okay. I think he's free now. You're through now, Mr. Nadimi.
Hello, Mr. Nadimi. How are things in Riyadh?
Not as good as I had hoped, Mr. Carr.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's wrong?
You sent an engineer, a Mr. Baines, to repair the faulty valves on the pipe system you installed last year, and he came without the necessary equipment. He tells me it will take him a week to get what he needs. We told him what he needed, and yet he came here with nothing.
I guess he had to make an inspection to see what he had to get to do the repair.
Mr. Carr, you know that is not true. We told you what was needed, and now we have a further delay. It seems to me your engineer has wasted his time coming to Riyadh. And in the meantime, we cannot use the pipes.
Well, where is Mr. Baines now? Is he still with you?
I think he has gone now, to his hotel. He told me he would return with the parts he needs, but he didn't say when exactly.
Leave it with me, Mr. Nadimi. I'll call him and talk to him myself. I'm sure we'll sort something out in a day or two.
I hope so, Mr. Carr, because, you know, we are not very happy with the service you have provided for us. At the beginning it was fine, there were no problems, but now we have a little technical fault and we have wasted a lot of time.
I understand. Don't worry, we'll sort it out.
Yes, it's very important, Mr. Carr. We don't have much time.
Okay, I'll talk to Mr. Baines and call you later today or tomorrow morning.
Right, I hope you have good news for me. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, Mr. Nadimi.
Unit 5, Practice 1. Listen to a model dialogue based on the flowchart in your book.
Hello, Charles Hebel speaking.
Charles, it's Erica here. There's a problem, I'm afraid.
Oh, yes? What's that?
We've had a call from someone called Sandra Henson from London. She says she was expecting you yesterday, but you didn't turn up. Do you know anything about it?
Hold on. Henson. Yes. No, the appointment's for next week. She's got it wrong.
I thought it would be something simple.
What did you say to her?
Well, nothing really, only that you'd ring back.
Okay, I'll call her. I don't know why she got it wrong.
You wrote to her, didn't you?
Yes, I even wrote. We agreed on the phone and then I wrote a letter as well.
Oh, well, sorry to trouble you.
No, not at all. I was just writing up the report on last month. Anyway, I'll call her and sort it out. And I'll be in the office in a day or two, so I'll see you then. Everything else okay?
Oh, yes, all's fine. A little quiet.
I see. Okay, bye for now.
Bye then, Charles.
Unit 5, Practice 2. Listen to the model dialogues based on the situations in your book. Extract 1.
Now, it's about the printer I bought 3 months ago. It's broken down for a 4th time.
Oh dear, well we'll get someone out to it.
Yes, but this time, can you please send them with a new printer? This one has been nothing but trouble.
Well, that may be the best solution, but really we should repair it.
We've tried that. I think we want a completely new machine.
Extract 2.
It's the Royal City Hospital here, pharmacy. We ordered 500 by 100 millilitres medicated gel. It hasn't arrived yet.
I'm sorry about that. When did you place your order?
When? 3 days ago.
Oh, it should have arrived. Can you hold on, please? I'll check it.
Extract 3.
Yes, it's Peter Redding here. I booked a flight to Lima, Iberia from Madrid. I leave tomorrow, but I haven't received my ticket yet. I've already phoned you about it twice.
Yes, in fact the courier took the ticket this morning. It should have arrived. It's possibly mixed up with a colleague's ticket, because we sent one at the same time to Manolo Gaspari. Is he a colleague of yours?
Yes, I know him, but it shouldn't have gone to him. It should have been addressed to me.
I'm very sorry, but if you contact him, he ought to have it. If not, please call me back.
Unit 5, Practice 3. Listen to a dialogue based on the flowchart in your book.
Hello, sales office here.
Hello, my name's Luisa Dominguez. I'm ringing from Spain. From Barraondo Company?
How can I help you, Miss Dominguez?
The problem concerns a printer order. Let me give you the order number. It's HF5618. It's for 20 printers. The problem is that only 17 have arrived.
Really? I am surprised to hear that.
Well, I'm afraid it's the second time we've received an incomplete delivery, and nobody told us there would only be 17.
Well, no, I think it was probably an administration mistake.
Yes, I'm sure. Now, we need the other 3 printers urgently. Delays are causing us problems with our customers. They are rather unhappy.
Okay, at the moment we have some stock problems.
Well, can you give me a delivery date? It's very urgent.
Right, let me see. We can promise you a dispatch next Monday.
No, I'm sorry. That's not good enough. We need dispatch now.
I am very sorry. That's not possible. But we'll dispatch on Monday, I assure you.
Well, will you please send a fax to confirm that?
Of course, and I do apologize for the problem.
Right. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Unit 6, Part 1, Exercise 4. Number the pictures in your book in the order in which they are mentioned in the recording.
Now, let's think about the preparation of the presentation. What do you have to do to prepare it?
The most important thing is to know about the audience. Find out about
Yes, but you need to make sure about your objectives first. So decide on the objectives. What you want the talk to achieve.
Yes, but to do that, you need to know about the audience, their knowledge, what they want to know, everything like that.
Yes, all that's
yes,
important.
true. So, audience and objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Then the third thing is you have to sort out the content, collect information, organize it, decide on the structure.
Yes, get a good structure. I agree. Then once the structure is okay, you need visuals, any graphs and that sort of
Yes,
thing.
the visual supports.
Then, well, you could write it all out, at least the introduction, just to practice it. Some people write out everything, some don't. It depends.
Yes, I think that's a good point, but practice is really very important. A key part of the preparation is to practice it,
Yeah.
to give the presentation practice until you could do it just from notes. Then what else?
Check all the language, keep it simple, make sure there's no mistakes on the visuals, spelling and all that.
And I think you should check that the room is okay and the equipment.
Yeah, imagine no slide projector or...
Or the OHP's got no bulb in it.
Unit 6, Part 3, Exercise 2. Listen to the beginning of a presentation. Is it a good introduction? And can you label its structure?
Thank you for coming today. As you know, I want to talk about the marketing plans. Brand identity is a key issue, and what it means is how we are seen by our customers and how our products are recognised, and what our customers think of us as a company. And I should also say what they think of our products and the name, what telco means for them. And advertising is part of it, of course, though not something I'm going to talk about now, except to say that as for brand image, it's important in that area too, advertising that is.
Unit 6, Part 3, Exercise 3. Listen to another introduction to a presentation. Is it a good introduction, and can you label its structure?
OK, thanks. I'm here to talk about the design proposals for the production plant at Taipei. My talk will be in 3 parts, followed by a 30-minute discussion. I'm going to start with the background to each proposal, something about our negotiations with the Taiwanese government. Then, in the second part, I'll go over the main characteristics of each proposal, Proposal 1 and Proposal 2. Then, in the third part, I'll highlight some key considerations we have to bear in mind. Finally, I'll end with an invitation to ask questions or make any comments you like. We'll discuss matters arising from the talk. OK? So, to begin with, a few words on the history.
Unit 6, Part 3, Exercise 4. Listen to a model introduction based on the prompts in Exercise 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Arnold Layton. I'm a geophysicist for ELF Aquitaine, with special responsibility for analysing new fields in the North Sea. I'm going to talk about some recent research into new methods of detecting oil in shallow waters. I've divided my talk into 3 parts. First, research that we have done. Then I'll report on some published research from other companies. And finally, I'll talk about what this may mean for our exploration activities. Please interrupt if at any time you have any questions or something is not clear. My talk will last about half an hour. Later, my colleague Jacques Flambert will be showing a video on...
Unit 6, Practice 1. Listen to a model introduction based on the notes in your book.
Right. I want to say something about the new safety conditions for production staff. My talk will be in 3 parts. First, I'll tell you about the new protective clothing. Then I'll explain about the training and accident prevention. And the final part of my talk explains changes to working practices. After my talk, I'll be happy to answer any questions, and we can have a discussion about these new proposals.
Unit 7, Part 2, Exercise 2. Listen to 4 extracts from a talk about choosing a new location for a plant. The first time you listen, match the extract with the correct picture. The second time you listen, write down the key point about each picture. Extract 1.
My talk concentrates on the Kildale Gap location and the planning we have carried out so far. It's divided into 3 main parts, as you can see. This short introduction, then first a few words on the site at Kildale Gap, then an overview of the environmental costs. After the environmental costs, we'll look at other costs. After that, we'll break for a discussion. If everyone's happy with that, then we'll continue to...
Extract 2.
Now, the first picture to show you on the environmental costs clearly shows that construction accounts for over 60%, while the environmental costs amount to around 12%, shown by this segment here. That's a lot less than the land purchase, which will continue to...
Extract 3.
Moving on, I thought you'd be interested in a comparison, looking at the costs of environmental expenditure for Kildale Gap with some other possible sites. And as you can see by the chart, it's very good. In fact, it would cost well below the average. Only one is a small bit cheaper than the others would have been.
Extract 4.
This picture, the next one here, shows initial investment, rising in the first year, beginning to fall during year 2, then, you see, falling after about a year and a half. Then the decline in investment costs will continue to decrease.
Unit 7, Part 2, Exercise 3. Listen to the speaker describing the graph in your book. How does this version compare with yours?
Now, I'd like to show you this graph. It shows the rate of increase in fossil fuel consumption since the mid-19th century. On the left-hand vertical axis, you see fossil fuel consumption measured in gigatons of carbon, while the horizontal axis shows time in years. On the right-hand axis, you can see the three main types of fossil fuel: coal, oil, and gas. What we can see here is quite clearly an extremely sharp rise in fossil fuel consumption and a trend towards more oil and gas.
Unit 7, Part 2, Exercise 4. Listen to a model version of a description of the graph and table given in your book.
Now, my next picture here, a pie chart, shows the relative consumption of fossil fuels in 1990. The main points to note are that the largest consumption is for oil, as you'd expect, at 33%. The next largest is coal at 27%. Perhaps a little surprising, the smallest here is nuclear fuels, nuclear energy, only at 5%. Quite little. Now, finally, have a look at the table here. Now, this table shows CO2 emissions and compares different European Community countries over 3 different years. The first column is 1980, the middle column is 1986, and the last one is 1989. If we look at the totals, we see that emissions of CO2 actually fell from 2,747.1 million tonnes in 1980 to 2,492 million tonnes in 1986. That trend wasn't continued as the figure rose again to 2,562.9 in 1989. The other striking observation from this table is the heavy contribution to CO2 emissions from Germany and Britain. German emissions were at least falling, but in 1989 stood at 647.9 million tonnes. The most impressive fall is in France, from 459.2 to 360.6, much lower than either Germany or Britain.
Unit 7. Optional further practice.
The first picture shows the relative contribution to greenhouse effect of various gases. The most significant is CO2 with almost half. The second most important greenhouse gas is methane. Now let's look at European Community sales of CFCs by use in the period 1976 to 1987. Here, this graph shows a comparison between main uses, in thousands of tonnes, on the vertical axis. By far the largest use was in aerosols and then foam plastics. Use of these was rising quite fast. Now we come onto a table showing the rate of deforestation in various countries. In many countries, deforestation is a serious issue. Just to take a couple of key points from the table, the rate of loss in Brazil, the country with the largest amount of forest, is enormous, up to 50,000 square kilometres a year. In Nigeria, the amount is quite small, but what is striking about Nigeria is the enormous percentage of forest lost each year, 14.3% in a year. Clearly, the situation is perilous.